If you have ever been picked on or called names, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what they say? A bias recognizes as a bias sterilized.
I hope you're ready to get sterile as fuck, because here we go! What up, y'all, and welcome back to the Dumb Podcast. I am Don Dario.
And I'm Kev The Allstar.
Today's topic is going to be biases. We all have them.
And on the Ha Ha Hack, we're going to talk about stage presence.
And as always, we ended with a little jiggity joke session. But we've got some info to share this week. I'll be performing stand-up comedy at JP's Comedy Club September 17th at 9 p.m. I'll also be at Desert Rose Steakhouse September 18th at Saturday, also at 9 p.m. It is in the future, but check those out. Kev?
Yo, that's awesome, Don. I'm actually, I was just a guest myself on Life Coaching Comedy's podcast. So, hey, look forward to seeing that being released. And aside from that, I'll be hitting the stage at JP's Comedy Club on September the 3rd at 9 p.m. Until then, you can probably find me at one of these open mics throughout the Phoenix Valley.
We thank you for all your support here at the Dumb Podcast. Now, we want to hear from you. So if you have any jokes you want to hear on air, send them to us, and we'll make sure you're on the next episode. Also, if you just like to say hi or give us your feedback, we'd love to hear it. You can reach us by email at thedumpodcast@gmail.com. That's TheDumpodcast@gmail.com, or by phone at 602-935-7307. You've got 3 minutes. Now let's hear it. Yeah, we're stoked to get this episode started, folks. So chillax, kick back, and enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, and all the other pronouns, the Dumb Podcast is proud to introduce Darron Finesilver and Xavier Jacob Morris. Give it up, folks. Yeah.
Oh, hello. Welcome.
You guys welcome to the Dumb Podcast, man. Thanks for being on. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Oh, pretty terrible.
Where are you guys?
So we're here at the Healthy Brewing Company in Phoenix, Arizona. A little shout out to them. For fueling our addictions with food and alcohol.
And
Cheers.
Coke.
Sounds like a good idea.
There you go.
Not the chocolate.
I saw you had the mac and cheese, Darron. I wish you would have got that on camera earlier.
It's in my belly. That's the Cardi Mac. Cardi Mac for a hardy boy.
Did you guys get hit by the rain over there?
We did a little bit, yeah. It was pretty rough.
A little bit? Oh man, it was ridiculous over there. What about are we here? What about you, Kev?
I definitely got hit hard. Actually woke me up out of my nap session.
Damn. Well, guys, Darron, I heard you were in Indiana. How did that go, man?
I was in Indiana for a little bit, for about a week, and then I spent 4 days out in Cleveland for the Six City Comedy Festival. So that was pretty cool. It's different, though. I was like, I'm still trying, it sounds weird, but trying to get reacclimated to Phoenix, even though I've been here since January. It's like you leave and you come back, it's always something different, you know?
Yeah. How did you performed out there?
Yeah, out in Cleveland. Indiana, I just was chilling and spent time with family and some friends. But once I got out to Cleveland, I did a couple shows out there. So it was different. It was different. Cool little crowd, though. Cool little crowd, cool little town. I don't know whatever you hear on social media. The sports teams, I mean, don't shun me, Clevelanders. The sports teams aren't that good, but the people are great, though. So sports teams not good, people are great.
Awesome. Xavier, how have you been, man? I know we've seen you before out on the
You've just seen me before.
I've seen you before. I think, sorry, I think Kev wanted to say something. Kev, did you want to say something?
Nah, you're good. I was just saying Drew Carey, you know, that's Cleveland, right?
Oh yeah, I was little Drew. I actually opened up. I was like, I'm not Drew Carey's uncle, or Drew Carey's not my uncle. I mean, I was like, but I wish
Drew Carey.
that's what's up. Yeah.
Xavier.
Xavier, we've seen you out on the open mics all over the place, all over Phoenix. You have any shows? You guys have any shows you guys want to plug or anything right now?
Yeah. So, Darren, you want to go first?
Yeah, so I'm on a show tomorrow night. I don't know when this airs. Probably it's airing right now, but in Ahwatukee, I think I said that right. So that's tomorrow. Don't even know that. I don't know the location. I was bad. I can't remember, but no, Cactus Jacks. Cactus Jacks. That's what it is.
Okay.
And my Instagram is just at Darron Finesilver, so I will plug my Instagram there. And then the other show, Friday night, I'm gonna be at this 420 smoke show, or not smoke show, but it's a 420 like smoke type thing. So
Yeah,
address. I just got the flyer today, so
He's just getting high and selling jokes.
That's all it is.
Xavier's gonna Uber me home, even though I look like the Uber driver.
There you go.
Xavier, what about you?
All right. So this Saturday, I'm going to be performing at the Moreland House as part of the little Festival of Destiny that we have going on. And then next Friday on the 27th, I will be at JP's Comedy, opening it up for Big Rob at 9 p.m.
Nice. Awesome, guys. Hell yeah. Maybe I'll come out. Maybe me and Kev will come out and see you one of these days. Did you hear me? Maybe me and Kev will come see you one of these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
down. Definitely
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
I've been wanting to check it myself. I've been wanting to check that 420 club out. I saw that flyer. I actually met she was one of the hosts was at Golden Margarita.
The Golden Margarita.
Last week. Yeah. So
I'm gonna have
Awesome.
an indicator.
yeah, she's doing some major things.
Welcome, guys. Thank you for being on, man. So we've got a couple of different segments. This segment here that we do first is called the Ha Ha Hack. And this is where we share our experiences of doing stand-up comedy while we're all in the trenches together.
We may not be famous enough to be canceled for things that we say just yet, but there are things that we have definitely learned, and we love to share them with everyone.
Yep. Today, we're talking about stage presence. And boy, do these guys have it. Man, stage presence to me, I think is something that you're either born with. I mean, you can learn it as well. I think some people could be better joke writers. Some people just have the stage presence. But that stage presence means just that, being present on stage, right? What do you guys think? Darren?
No, I definitely agree with that. Just, because you could have a joke and you can be funny, but it's like people want to visualize, they want to watch a comic. It's like if you go to a concert, you can listen to a band, but it's like you could just go listen to it on Spotify. So you want to give them a show, you want to, strum the guitar, do whatever. You want to make it entertaining. So when you're on stage, you want to just be like having a notebook out. That's like, at a club, I'm not going to pull my phone out. If I'm on a book show, I'm not going to pull my phone out and say, oh, this is dope. The cat ran across the road and almost got hit, but it didn't. But it died when the dog hit it. Didn't mean to get morbid with you guys, but you gotta have that, because if you're writing a joke, it's like anybody can read a book. You know what I mean? But it's like if I don't want to watch somebody read it. I want to hear somebody like what they have.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
know
like
what
I-
you.
Yeah, know it, right? I used to write it, remember it, and then go out to even practice at open mics, like memorized, Only recently have I started going out and, trying to read it as I'm there, and it does mess everything up. But I think that's what I had. I don't think I had the writing, the joke. I didn't know premise. I didn't know, setting it up. I didn't know any of that. So I think I had mainly just stage presence. I can go up there and just wing things, Xavier, what about you? Do you think that's something you were born with, or is this something you had to work on?
I mean, I guess so. I don't know. I've always been told that I have really great stage presence. So maybe it is something you're born with. Maybe it is something you have to work on. But I think what it really stems from is just confidence. You know, when you walk out there, even if you're just absolutely bombing, if you feel like you belong up there, people are gonna look at you and be like, you know, it's like, yeah, you may not be having a good night tonight, but like that guy, he's really comfortable on stage. And I think if you learn to do that, feel comfortable, you're gonna have great.
That's a good point, man. I mean, even if you can be confident up there, or even if you use your nervousness as part of your act, as part of your set, you know, I think that could even work for some comics as well, right? There's been comics out there that bite their nails and, you know, cover their face, and you know what I mean? Anybody?
Are we? Yeah.
No. All right.
But I mean, we do, man. We get up there and we put ourselves out there, right? Kev, I know you're out there all the time, man. And even with the improv, you're putting yourself out there every time you're coming up with something on the spot, right?
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm gonna piggyback on what Darron and Xavier said. You know, I've always, not to bash any other comics. If that's what you do, that's what you do. But like at a show, I think automatically, like if it's a paid gig or if there's a competition, first of all, the competition starts with myself. Like I'm just there for me, but automatically like disqualified if you're looking off your phones or your notes or whatever during shows. I'm just anti about that. And then with Xavier, speaks the truth, like you just get up there, even when you're nervous, just see through it, as long as, because a lot of people don't get how tough this job is, being on stage. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but if the crowd doesn't laugh like at one joke, all of a sudden you'll see the microphone shake, and then they'll just call the host up on stage, like a minute and a half in their set. And that's okay. That's where they're at, and it happens. Yeah. But I think as long as you finished your 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, I think you did great. If you went up, did your time, got off.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think one thing to keep in mind too is that the crowd wants you to do great. Like,
right.
No crowd is going to want you to fail. Like they paid their money. They want to see people, they just want to be entertained. So it's like, yeah, just if you go in with that mindset, like they're rooting for you.
They don't want the comments say, oh, well, that joke lands in that other place that I was at. Like, okay, well, that's there tonight, The nursing home laughed at the prune juice joke because that was but I mean, I don't think the Cycle Club wants to hear that. I mean, maybe they do, but
that prune juice joke, I'm telling you, every crowd, it's a crowd killer right there.
That's true.
It's a colon cleanser.
You're right.
It's a colon cleanser.
There you go. That's a prune joke.
There you go. That's a colon cleanser as well, man. Speaking of authentic, speaking of relaxing, eat some of that chile verde. Have you ever tried, or has anybody ever given you advice on what to do on stage as far as your stage presence? Like, I know I had one of my friends tell me to go commando, and I tried it. Because the idea was to it's a power thing, right? It's a power thing, and it could work for most, but it didn't work for me. It went the opposite way for me, because all I could remember was think about is my zipper down, because I'm not wearing anything. You know what I mean? It's gonna be out there, and I'm on stage, so it's a problem. I didn't do that anymore, but I know some people tell people to imagine people naked. Do you guys have any tricks or tips?
So no, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna piggyback off that real fast. I'm pulling that Kev's word there. I won't do the commando thing, because the first time I ever did stand up, my zipper was down, and the lady was like, "Hey, your zipper was down, right?" And I had on everything. And it was, I did stand up at one of those like big comedy clubs. So there was about probably 20, 30 people at the open mic, like regular audience members. So super awkward. One of my big things and advice that I got, and I'm kind of like this in conversation, I'm even doing it right now, is I need to start like looking more, like people said, you need to look at the audience more. I'm like, someone with the head down. I'm kind of like I got the hat on. So let me look over in the corner, I'm getting better now where I'll start to look, I'll do a joke and I'll look at this audience, then I do another joke and then I'll look at the other audience, because I want to make everybody feel included. I don't want to, you've all seen the one comic that looks just right at the one wall, you know, and it's like,
Right.
what's like, is he giving him a private show? Like, you know, Kevin Hart, you know, when he's at Madison Square Garden, he's in a circle, he's walking around, he's got the wolf staring at him, you know what I mean? So my big thing, you know, just don't look down, you know, and I think it's just kind of like it's a nervous tick, you know what I mean? And a lot of these things are a little nervous cues to go with, but my big thing was just don't look down, look at your audience and, you know, portray, not portray, convey your vocals, you know?
Yeah. Xavier, do you have any tips for the viewers out there?
Yeah, go commando and wear sweatpants.
There you go. All right, guys. A lot of people don't like sweatpants, man. A lot of people hate sweatpants. I don't know why people would be hating on sweatpants all of a sudden, man. They're biased. Which brings us to our weekly topic. We're going to be talking about biases, people. We all have them. I know I have some, you know. Biases, instead of saying a woman, a man, or boy or girl, people with biases say things like fat guy, homeless lady, pretty little girl or black boy, you know. And I'm gonna be the first to admit, man, I'm not always, I don't always say things correctly, you know, and I apologize. Like, I don't mean any bad, you know, anything bad towards anybody. I grew up in a different time, you know. We had to deal and survive through some of these harsh things that are said, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know my nickname when I was growing up was, they called me gordo, which means fat ass in Spanish. So, I don't know. I guess we just have thick shells, you know. It's hard to change that. It's hard to kind of penetrate that. Do you guys have any biases that you can think of that you want to work on or anything, or that you've let go of in the recent past?
Yeah. I'll tell you this. The first audience that I ever performed in front of was older white people in biker gangs. And being a Gen Z comedian, that's not really like my audience right there. That's his audience.
That's my uncle. I was talking about my uncle, man.
I mean, they didn't take kindly for my jokes about 45, let's just say that. But no, I think a really good advice that someone gave me is that, you know, people like to feel included. Mm-hmm. And that's something that, like, even though, like, again, I'm very unapologetic in my views and in my comedy about how I feel about certain topics, but I do want to still make sure that everyone feels included in my comedy, and that, like, if, like, I'm not just targeting a specific group of people who might go invade a Capitol building or something like that, you know? Like, I want to be inclusive towards everyone.
Yeah, you're right. Darren?
Kind of the opposite, sort of, but trying not to, you know, be judgmental when it's like a crowd of Sarahs with an H in the audience, you know what I mean? Like, Starbucks Sarah, like, hey, include them, you know, if they're there. Especially because a lot of it's like an open mic. If you're at a gay gig, you know, or if you're like here in a club or whatever, I don't care. I look at it as one audience, but you paid money. You're here for a joke. But it's like an open mic, and it's like, you know, you got the young, preppy college crowd. It's like, I feel like I've had a bad experience where they just don't want to listen. But it's like, hey, you know what? Include them. They're there. They're out on the patio. You know, whether they chose to be out there, you know, and an open mic just happened to invade the space. Or, you know, if they actually came out there because, hey, it's an open mic, you know, they was laughing at other comics. Don't say, oh, these people don't laugh at my jokes. They're not going to like it. Just go out there, you know, have, and then try, just get better at, get better, but do my same material, you know, like, don't change up. Oh, they're here, so now I can't say this joke about this because now they're going to get offended. My number one thing is don't worry about offending somebody. Obviously, if you got some, you know, really edgy jokes, you know, there is a fine line, but just in general, like, you know, if you've done these jokes before, don't, you know, to another audience, don't say, oh, well, I'm in this audience, I can't say them now. Do jokes for everybody. You know, Kevin Hart doesn't write a special just for geeky white kids. You know what I mean? You know, or, you know, Hart writes a joke for you, writes the stuff for old people, young people, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, you know, Native American. You know, gotta include them all. If I forgot anybody, you know, hey, whatever, sue me. But But just it's about just do comedy for everybody. Kind of like what Xavier said, do it for everybody. Don't be afraid to tell your jokes to everybody. If you got a joke, say it.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I mean, that inspires me to bring my joke back about man buns. So thank you. Appreciate that. Kev, do you have any like jokes or anything that you used to tell that you kind of were like, maybe it has a little bias in it, maybe I shouldn't say it?
I find people sometimes I'll see the crowd pull back at a couple things. 'Cause I do I think with a lot of my stuff, since it's off of my life experiences, since I bring in a lot of race into the picture, sometimes I'll literally watch them pull back in their seat because looking at me, they don't believe I'm part white. But then when I get into telling stories, I'm not just making a joke. Like, this is my blood. Like, it's my mom. Like, my mom's white. Like, so when I go into these details, but when I first was starting out, I wasn't painting the picture before the joke. So they didn't know. It was just like, oh, he's white bashing or whatever. So, and then now that I've switched it, not the joke, just the setup, the delivery of it. Right. So that's where I've caught it. And then, bring them back, even if they pull back, like Darren said, don't change your whole stuff for anyone. Keep it, but you might have to just, shift it. Shift this word here, that word there, so just to make it better too. So.
Yeah, you're thinking of certain things, you're describing of certain people.
Right.
And, I used to describe, if I didn't know somebody's name, I may describe their skin color, whatever ethnicity they are. And now when I start thinking about it, I'm like, did I need to do that? Could I have thought about it a little bit more? And not in my jokes, you know what I mean? Like, jokes is one thing, but, in just regular life. Like, I think in jokes, yeah, definitely go with whatever it is. But like when I talk about this because I recently got kind of into it with somebody I didn't even know, I was just asking, hey, do you know this guy? He's like, how dare you, describe his skin color? And I was like,
right.
I don't know his name. I felt bad. I was like, dang, all right. So I kind of just stepped back. I realized, all right, part of him's right, part of him's getting crazy, but part of him's right, and for that, even if it's hard to change, like, I'm willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? And the point of all this stuff is to be better, not just at comedy, but be better as a person as well. And I did some little research on what to do. And it just talks about, avoiding describing people's ethnicity, stuff like that. Avoid describing their sexual identity. But I had a question about that one. All right. I mean, describing sexual, isn't the whole thing right now like about we need to know people's pronouns and all that? Isn't that a sexual like identity? Like, Darren, Xavier, what do you guys think?
Agreed.
Not really. Unless someone like describe themselves as like being gay or something like that. I think the whole thing with pronouns is just like how you choose to identify yourself as. And identity doesn't really have to tie in with sexuality.
That's very true. Go ahead, Darren.
My main thing, and I don't want to catch like flack, but like I get the the he, the she, the they, the them. It's like, that's cool. Like, if that's what you want to put in your bio or whatever. I just look at people as you're a people and you're a person. And I mean, but then that's the thing. You're gonna get the crazy person, and I don't want to call him crazy, but you get the person like, I'm an alien. I'm a, I'm like, and then it's like it can get crazy because then it's like me. It's like, oh, I'm black. I'm black. It's like, no, I'm white. Like then it's like people say, I don't know. It gets a little confusing. But with gender though, it's like I feel like that's fine. If they want to say they, them, she, that's one thing. It comes like you're changing like your race. It's like, I don't know about that. But that's only. But I feel like if it wouldn't have been so much controversy with like stuff in like the olden days, I don't say the olden days. I mean, it's only been 200-300 years, but but it wouldn't have been so much controversy back then, and like everybody was just people persons, and I think it wouldn't be a big deal to be like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm a Hispanic because I like to be around Hispanic culture, and don't ask me not to put my arm around you, man. You make that face, but I just use it as an example, like
white now. Whoever I That's who I become.
I'll get the tuna and the crackers. All right.
No, those are good points, and you guys raised a very, Xavier, thank you for that. That made absolute. That was crystal clear, man. I think that connected it. Some of us are old, some of us need help. Some of us don't mean bad, to anybody by anything. Some of us just need to be told. You know what I mean? Other things I say to avoid is talking about a person's like financial status or describing their financial status. And the other one that I kind of connect with is describing their looks, like their weight, if they're skinny but I think that's just me trying to get you guys to not call me fat.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is time for the Jiggity Joke Session.
Yeah, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got a bunch of comedians in the house, and we're just going to be telling some jokes. So, Jiggity Joke Session is on. Darron, Xavier, you guys are first. I don't know if you guys want to do a little paper, rock, scissors to see who goes first, but you guys are our guests. So,
1, 2, 3, go.
No!
There you go.
All right. Whenever you are ready.
The weird thing about statistics is what seems to be a bad thing can actually represent a good thing. I'll give you an example. The COVID-19 shutdown forced families to spend quality time together. Since the domestic violence has increased by 20%, and all that means is that eating works.
Nice.
Good job. yeah. A lot of people were beating the fuck out of each other, man. That was nuts. All right.
OnlyFans model making a lot of money during this quarantine, man.
Yeah.
People at home ain't got nothing to do. Yeah, exactly. They subscribe to the hand models.
That's crazy.
I want to find.
People will pay for anything, man. I was thinking that was all like sex, and now I'm finding out it's not.
Yeah.
Oh no,
DJ Khaled has an OnlyFans.
What's that?
DJ Khaled has an OnlyFans.
Yeah, a lot of tons of people have them.
Yeah.
Like, what? You want to see me make a biscuit? I can make a biscuit. $7.95. I'll make a biscuit. I'll eat it in my boxer shorts. You ready?
All right, Kev, you're up.
Can't read, dude.
I know it's hard.
All right, we're going to make this. All right, so I was driving and I got cut off by a pig today. Why are pigs always the worst drivers? Because they hog the road, yo. Because they hog the road. Get out the way.
Get out the way. All right, my turn. All right. People don't realize the importance of pronouns. The people of Afghanistan, being tired of being the bomb and the Bombay, have recently went to Allah for new pronouns, free and freedom. But they were left with ISIS and Taliban. So what the fuck are you going to do?
Boom!
Dang. What? Amazing. Topical. Incredible. I guess you could bomb.
You know, fall off planes.
Yeah, no, I got you. All right. With the three of us gentlemen in the building, I say from this day forward that people can refer us by one of the pronouns daddy, dad, and Papa Chilo, aka Pimp Daddy Bitches.
Padre Mojito.
That makes 4.
All right, so who am I next, or Kev? Are you next?
Yeah, I'll go next. Hope y'all hanging on. Working at a Burger King must really suck. When they ask, damn, none of us can read. I just want to say that. At least y'all got alcohol in your system. I return to school tomorrow.
That makes it worse.
Can't even read. All right. Working at Burger King must really suck. When they asked, when they asked the employees who all quit at the same time, why they did so, they said it wasn't just the management that didn't listen. It was customers, and they were rude at it. They would throw food at the customers and smear cookie dough on the windows. At that time, the drive-through attendants chimed in and said, that wasn't cookie dough.
Some chocolate chip in there, huh? Yeah, there you go. All right.
What rhymes with quit? That's right.
All right. Good job. Good job. My turn, right? I think I have one.
Go.
Up until a few years ago, we called comics comedians. And now, with proper pronouns in place, they now prefer to be labeled as fun, funny, funnier, funniest. Sad part, it's not even a joke. It's true. That's so true.
Gotta try to ride it out.
Yeah, it's so true. I have a story about that. I was, well, actually, not going to say who, but a lot of people, you talk to them, you ask them about your set, how did you think I did, right? Like, just to get the feedback. They're your people, you want to hear the feedback. And the whole time, they'll say, oh, you hit your points here and you set that part, really well, when all you're thinking in your head is, was I funny? Was I funny? Was I funny? And then it never comes out, and you're like, oh, I'm not funny. Perfect example. All right.
It happens.
All right, you guys are up.
Xavier.
Oh, there we go. All right. So I read a report just recently that said Gen Z has the highest rate of depression in all the generations. And, it doesn't come to a surprise to me because me and my roommates, we don't ever wish each other a good morning. We just wish each other good luck.
Nice.
Darren.
Yeah.
All right. You are up.
You got this one, Darren.
I'll go first. All right. So I got high the other day. Took a shit ton of edibles, like probably about five little 10 milligram gummies. So that's 50 milligrams. If you're not smart enough to know, that's 50 milligrams. And I wondered, I was like, you know what? Wouldn't Anne Frank want some Haagen-Dazs? And then I realized, I was like, wait, that's made in New Jersey. Like, fuck. Of course nobody wants to send anything from fucking New Jersey. So Anne Frank fucking got the better way out.
Oh.
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
Jew. Call me Jew Carey. So hey,
Nice.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Yeah, great job. Thanks a lot for being here, guys. You guys jumped in and killed it. Thank you so much for adding to the funny. One more time, do you guys want to leave maybe some handles where people can find you and some shows if you want to promote?
Darren,
so Facebook, just type Darron Finesilver. And then on Instagram, at Darron, Darron. And then Fine Silver, just like Fine China, but it's Fine Silver. And yeah, follow me. Maybe I'll follow you back if you seem cool. I don't know. Anyway, just follow me back and tell me. I think follow me back and follow me, and then tell me your favorite musical artist, and then I'll follow back to know that you're not a bot because I don't want to get scammed on an OnlyFans scandal.
Yeah, Darren hasn't followed me back yet. It's been a while. But you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Xavier Jacob Morris. And you can find me on YouTube, Xavier Jacob Morris. I just posted a 10-minute little special from House of Comedy. Check that out. And that's about it.
Yeah.
TikTok. I forgot. That's a Gen Z thing,
There we go. Yeah.
That's a damn lie. You got some old ladies on TikTok doing their thing.
There we go.
They got more rhythm than me. Shit.
And stay to the end. We'll put a link for Xavier's link to YouTube on one of the things at the end of the video. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for being here. Hopefully, we'll see you again sometime soon. Kev, anything else you'd like to say?
Hey, same things. Follow me on all the social media platforms at Kev The Allstar. Peace and love. Thanks for being here. Don, thanks for having us. Appreciate you.
Thanks again for watching, folks. Stay safe and have fun in life.
Hey, and while you're doing that, live to laugh and laugh to live, because without laughter, what's the point?
True. Peace.
Peace.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.